In the 1930s and 40s, these apartments used to be the site of the old McDonough County Orphanage. According to the book Haunted Macomb by Garrett Moffett, there are still ghostly sightings of children and the old matron of the orphanage, Josie Westfall. However, most don't realize all the things that Josie Westfall did for the community here in Macomb. I sat down with Sue Scott from the Western Illinois Museum to find out more about who Josie was and what she did for us here.
Josie chooses to run in that election as a city judge. At that time, she's already the matron of the McDonough County Orphanage, and she's well respected for her work, and people know who she is. So she does win that election, and she wins in every ward in the city of Macomb. I'm sure she saw some things that were probably gave her a good insight into what people's lives were like, family life was in particular like. She was also raised in a sort of a church service capacity. She was involved in churches and church drives and taking care of children. Someone had mentioned that she wrote a lot of letters to raise funds to not only feed the children or take care of the children, but to build a better facility for them. There are no written records, there's no diary, there's no letters, there's nothing, and I really would have liked to have an insight about how she made her decisions or what she was doing. We only have the records of her moving from one home to another in, I think it was 1913. A major businessman in the area, the Wynn family, gives her their home, which was larger, and she moves the orphanage there. And then by the 30s, she's raising funds for a new home, which is the one that's on Jefferson here. And she uses the children to go around and raise money. She teaches them to play instruments. The people on the county board also were very instrumental in helping raise the funds. Josie, who was considered a respected woman in the community and more of a matriarch, right, a motherly figure. Then there were also people like Alice Paul who were very more militant, right? So there, within the movement, I think all of these things, when you analyze how women got the right to vote, they all play a really crucial part. And so when we say, is Josie a suffragette, I mean, that was sort of a derogatory term for women looking for the vote. There's no letters, there's no parades, there's no meetings that she attended. So if she was working for the women's vote or believed women should vote, she was doing it in a very quiet and respected way within the community.
In Macomb, reporting for News 3, I'm Lindsay Mock.